Today I'm doing a top 5 list that's going to be a little bit different. In fact, I've looked around the internet and I haven't really seen much on what I'm about to talk about. So this is a top 5 list of 5 things a watch collector should do or have. So these could be items or basically something they should get involved with. I'm going to go through them one by one and why I think these are really good ideas or items to have if you are a watch collector. And I just want to mention every single one of these I am doing or I own. So I will tell you about a little bit about what I have in this particular situation. Before I do, I'm going to do a quick wristwatch check. Today I have on my newest addition to the collection. This is an IWC perpetual calendar with a flyback chronograph. It's an Ingenieur and it has a digital display for the date and the month. I'll do close-ups so you can see what I am talking about. However, this watch is actually pretty important to this list and that's why I bring it up. So without further ado, let's talk about my top 5 things every watch collector should have or do. So this first one I think is not that obvious, and in fact it wasn't very obvious for me. I was a watch collector for many years before I joined a watch club. And now I'm a member of a number of watch clubs, and there are a lot of benefits to being a member of a watch group or a watch club. I'm a member of Red Bar and Complecto here in New York City, and they are a great group of people who are all like-minded. Everybody is a watch collector and everybody gets together and they just want to talk about watches. And those two groups in particular, I absolutely love. I try and attend almost every single one of their events, and there's a few different reasons for that. Number one, there are people wearing watches that cost $100 up to $100,000. There really is no snobbery in these groups. That's really the number one reason why I love them. Number two, you get to see a ton of different watches. And number three, you get to meet a lot of people who want to talk about watches. You make a lot of new friends, and a lot of people are sitting at home. They don't really have anybody to talk to about watches. You're annoying your wife, you're annoying your friends, and of course, you can go to one of these events and talk to a whole bunch of people who want to talk about watches. And also, a fourth reason and a really cool reason to join, maybe even one of the better reasons to join a watch group, is that you get to go to these events and sometimes they're at boutiques. You get to try on all the new watches. Sometimes you get sneak previews. It's really awesome. So I definitely recommend that every watch collector join some sort of watch group or club. The second reason on this list, and it may be a little bit more obvious to some of you than others, is insuring your watches. I insure most of my watches with Wax Insurance. They're backed by Chubb. My friend Jeremy of Timepiece Love on Instagram, he actually works for the company, and I always, whenever I buy a watch, end up contacting him and insuring the watch, adding it to my insurance, because it makes a lot of sense, especially if I am buying an expensive watch. Some of my more affordable watches are not insured. However, I'm comfortable with losing that money if it's lost, stolen, or damaged. Obviously, I don't want those things to happen. However, if it's an affordable watch, I might be more comfortable wearing that and not being worried about losing it, getting it stolen, or damaged. So that's why I don't insure most of my affordable watches. However, my more expensive watches, I like to insure. Number 3 on this list is getting a decent home safe. And I'm not talking about a safe from Amazon or Costco. I'm talking about going to a local safe retailer, speaking to someone who's a professional who really knows safes, and you could talk about your actual needs with this person. And of course, buy a safe that makes sense for you. The size and the weight really does matter, and obviously the location where you're actually going to keep your safe. This is a good idea for people who want to keep multiple watches in their house at the same time. Some people keep all of their collection in their house at the same time, so it's definitely something to consider. So having a safe coupled with having insurance makes a lot of sense, and obviously protecting your collection. So number 4 on this list is a safety deposit box. It kind of goes hand in hand, or it's very similar to having a decent safe in your home. However, obviously it is at a bank. Now, it could be a little bit annoying going back and forth to the bank every time you want a watch. However, if you have very expensive watches, it's definitely something to consider. A safety deposit box usually costs a few $100s a year, and you can keep a number of watches even in a small box if you keep them in watch rolls. However, there is one thing to keep in mind when it comes to safety deposit boxes. If the bank is ever robbed and they get into the safety deposit boxes, your safety deposit box is not covered, and I believe that is the case. So if I'm wrong, definitely add a comment down below, but that is what I have heard in the past, and that would be very unfortunate. However, obviously, that doesn't happen very often. Last but not least, and I actually made a video about this not too long ago, I think every collector should own at least one affordable watch in their collection, and there are a lot of reasons why you should own an affordable watch. But the best reason is because you can wear them and not really care about losing them, getting lost, stolen, or damaged. And I bring this up very often because of the climate in major cities these days. Wearing an expensive watch basically makes you a target, and there are plenty of affordable watches out there that are great. So definitely owning at least one affordable watch in your collection is great for travel. And of course, there are a lot of great watches that are affordable these days, so definitely consider picking one up if you do not have an affordable watch in your collection. So there they are. Those are the 5 that I wanted to bring up. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Obviously, I spoke a lot about safety of your collection, having insurance and a safe, things like that. However, I did talk about community as well. I brought up Red Bar and Complecto. Complecto, I believe right now is only in New York. However, they are expanding. Really open group. They are great group of collectors. And of course, Red Bar, they're basically throughout the country. You probably know somebody in Red Bar right now. Reach out to some of your friends on Instagram and Facebook, and they definitely can help you joining Red Bar. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I will catch you in the next video.